Hello, and welcome to Gospel Gleanings for this Sunday, February the 1st, 2026. My brothers and sisters, on this fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time, we hear from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you, and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." My brothers and sisters, if you heard my reflection from last week, you recall that I made a distinction between being a follower of Jesus and simply being a fan. A fan is someone who is enthusiastic about Jesus, but when the rubber meets the road, they go the other way. To be a disciple, my friends, to be a true follower of Jesus, means that Jesus must become the measure and rule of our lives. And that requires a response. It requires a willingness to say yes. That is why today's gospel is such a gift. We are given the Beatitudes from the Sermon on the Mount, what I like to call the blueprint for discipleship. You see, my brothers and sisters, we cannot give to others what we ourselves do not possess. If we are not striving for holiness, if we are not growing in our walk as disciples, we cannot hand that faith on to our children, our grandchildren, our neighbors, our co-workers, or anyone the Lord places in our lives. In the Beatitudes, Jesus gives us a pattern for life as we are continually formed and transformed by the Holy Spirit. But to understand the Beatitudes, we must first understand this. There is a call to pick up the cross and follow Christ. To be a people of the Beatitudes is to be a people who are crucified. It means that we may appear foolish, weak, lowly, and insignificant in the eyes of the world. Yes, it is precisely there, through the power of God and the movement of the Holy Spirit, that we are enlightened and strengthened. Yes, we are crucified, but in emptying ourselves, Christ fills us. In dying to self, he strengthens our lives, our work, and our ministries. I often refer to the Beatitudes as the Be Happy attitudes. If we truly want happiness, lasting, authentic happiness, these are the attitudes that we must embrace. The world will ask, how can suffering and happiness go together? But we do not measure by the standards of the world. We measure by the standards of God. It is only by dying to self and living for God and for others that true happiness is found. So what is the Lord saying to us in this blueprint for life? All of us are striving to be disciples, and many of us are striving to form our children in the ways of the Lord. Let us briefly walk through the Beatitudes, because they often go much deeper than we first realize. So the first Beatitude is the foundation of them all. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This, my friends, is a call to humility. The greatest vice, my brothers and sisters, is pride. To be a disciple of Jesus, we must be humble, recognizing that God is God and I am not. Everything I have and everything I am is a gift from the Lord. And because it is all gift, I am called to use those gifts for others. Our culture often celebrates the idea of the self-made man or woman. But God is not concerned with self-made people. God is concerned with God-formed people. He gives the gifts, the strength, the wisdom, and the perseverance, and we are called to cooperate with his grace. As you reflect this week, I invite you to place your life along this beatitude and ask, where do I see my humility growing? Where does pride still have a foothold on me? To be poor in spirit is to be humble, recognizing our total dependence on God. The second beatitude, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. We often associate mourning only with death or funerals, but this beatitude has a much broader meaning. It speaks of a heart capable of compassion, a heart that allows itself to be moved by the suffering of others. Do we have that kind of compassionate heart? A heart that lets the needs of others touch us deeply. The third beatitude, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. To be meek, my friends, is to trust. Blessed are those who trust the Lord, because he will give them everything they need. Not everything we want, but everything we need. That trust requires humility and surrender. At the center of the Beatitudes we hear, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Righteousness here means holiness. All of us are called to be saints. Do we desire that holiness? Do we strive for it daily? Do we live our lives in conformity with that call? Next we hear, blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Mercy is giving something good to someone who does not deserve it. That is mercy. Are we people of mercy or people of grudges, anger, and resentment? God has been merciful to us beyond measure. Are we willing to extend that same mercy to others? Next we have, blessed are the clean of heart, for they shall see God. A clean heart is one that desires God's will above all else. It echoes the words of our Blessed Mother, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your word. Next, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Peace here is not merely the absence of conflict, it is wholeness. Do we seek wholeness in our own lives, and do we work to bring that wholeness into our families, our communities, and the places where we serve? Finally, Jesus tells us, blessed are those who are persecuted. And he ends with saying, rejoice and be glad. If we truly are faithful disciples, my friends, if we speak the truth in season and out of season, we should expect resistance. They persecuted Jesus. And as his disciples, we should not expect anything better than our master. Standing for what is good, true, and beautiful will sometimes bring opposition. But that is the part of the cross we are called to carry. My brothers and sisters, the Beatitudes are a roadmap to happiness, and every journey toward true happiness includes the cross. Let us call these Beatitudes to mind. Let us examine our lives in light of this roadmap Christ has given us, so that we may pass it on to a new generation. Not according to our will or our design, but according to the will of the Lord and in conformity with the heart of the church. Our call, my friends, is to be disciples. And if we are faithful to that call, God will provide everything we need. May God grant us the grace, the holiness, the courage, and the strength to follow faithfully in the footsteps of his Son. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend.